When it comes to the draft, some years there are standout talents that grab the number one mantle right from the word go. Harley Reid, Sam Walsh and Matt Rowell all seem to have that top spot locked up early. But the 2024 draft crop is different. It's wide open. Not just for the first pick, but the whole first round seems to be waiting for players to really stake their claims. The very best prospects across the country are selected to join the Marsh AFL Academy, where they attend multiple camps to learn all there is about becoming an elite athlete. They train with AFL clubs, learn about proper nutrition plans, and find out all the golden nuggets when it comes to football craft. But the crown jewel is representing Australia in 2 games against strong opposition. It's the highest level of competition these prospects can play, and often goes a long way to pushing their draft stock. If you're an avid footy fan, you might have heard of some of these names already. At the top end of the draft, there's Josh Smiley, the 194cm classy midfielder with insane strength and brilliant kicking to match. Finn O'Sullivan is another midfielder who could be a number 1 contender with a serious leap in goal sense. Luke Traynor is the grandson of the legendary forward Doug Wade, but Traynor is a tall defender who plays with flair and dare in the air. Carlton supporters have kept a close eye on Lucas and Ben Camporelli for a long time. They're twins and eligible to join the Blues under the father-son rule. Their dad Scott played 233 games with Carlton and was part of the 1995 Premiership. Levi Ashcroft plays just like his brother Will and can join the Lions as a father-son. Their father Marcus won 3 flags with Brisbane. Scott Welsh played with 3 clubs across the 90s and 2000s, but he's best remembered for his 129 games with Adelaide. His son Tyler proudly reps his dad's old number 17 Guernsey when he's out watching the Crows play. But who are some of the other names you should know?
Good morning, my name's Malchi Champion and I play for the Subiaco Lions in Western Australia.
I'm Harvey Langford from Dandenong Stingrays and played mainly forward and bit.
I'm Archer Day Wicks. I play for Centre Dragons and Bendigo Pioneers.
Leo, I'd like to introduce yourself.
Leo Lombard, play at the Gold Coast Suns Academy and Bordy Cats Club.
What position?
In half forward.
What teammates have you enjoyed getting to know over the journey?
So I knew most of the boys, but I think the one I'd like to get to know the most was Leo Lombard. He's a very funny man from the Gold Coast. So he's smart, but he's, I don't know, he's a bit goofy. So he's a very funny man. He just makes everyone smile and loves to crack a joke.
A major theme for the Academy is giving the players the keys to drive their own careers. A chat with a nutritionist was something the players learned a lot from. It's not just about what you're putting into your body. A lot revolves around when you should eat certain things.
The nutritional stuff was really good, learning about what we should eat before, like in time-wise, like an hour before or 4 hours before.
Yeah, the routine you go through. Every morning you wake up at 7 and have breakfast. We train, we eat about 5 or 6 times a day.
So if you're thinking about how you plate your breakfast, one of the traps we see a lot of time is go down those buffets and it looks really good, that hot food section. There's bacon, there's sausages, people load up on those. What happens is, what's that? Hash browns, yeah. What happens is those fried foods sit in your stomach, they don't digest for about 4 to 6 hours. So you go out there and start training, all that blood that's digesting is going to get moved to your legs and you're going to end up with stomach cramps and feeling quite nauseous. I would ask you, how many of you eat probably bacon and eggs the day before a game normally? Some of you might, that's fine. But do you do it that close to a game? So my big thing is you've got to learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you.
The crew put their knowledge to work, teaming up for a challenge to try and come up with the best smoothies. They would have to please a pair of judges in the Academy's high performance manager Paul Seeley and Geelong legend Joel Selwood.
It's too sweet for me. That's a 5.
Well, all right, lucky last, number 6. Oh, decorated colours.
Up the game, look at it. Just to show that it's made with love, so we call this one the Raspberry Rhapsody. It has banana, peanut butter, raspberries, full cream milk and Yopo yogurt. So
Yeah, cheers. They got the sponsors in there and all.
Let's get some peanut butter.
It's got a lot of peanut butter in there.
Probably a little overpowering with the peanut butter.
Yeah, got taken away by the love hearts. So.
Yeah, no, I was wooed by the love hearts as well.
I'll give you 7.5.
I'll give you an 8.
So, our winners overall by half a point are Group 6. Group 6!
The Academy team do a great job of surprising players with guests, but Selwood's cameo had the boys starstruck. Gold Coast Suns Academy prospect Leo Lombard always brings flair on the field, but he made sure his team smoothie had that extra special touch too.
The team smoothie activities. You put your own little artistic flair on. I see that.
Yeah, I don't know, just thought I'd make it with some love and thought we'd get the win.
The Marsh AFL Academy has 3 camps over the space of a few months. The first one was in December, where all the players got together to meet each other and begin building those elite habits. But the next 2 camps are centred around games against VFL teams. The first clash was against Coburg at Icon Park. One of the biggest things coach Tarkin Lockyer had to consider was how to balance the team lineup. This draft class is stacked with midfielders, but there is only so much on-ball time you can distribute. It meant some players would have to get their chances in new roles, a bit like a young Collingwood star had to do when he first started.
I'm pretty sure, actually I'm really sure, a couple of years ago Nick Dacos was sitting in this room and I reckon he played his whole junior career as an inside mid, and we reckon he played his first couple of games for Collingwood. Half back. Plays pretty well. What I thought.
Harvey Langford is a player who has rocketed up draft rankings this year. After spending a lot of time through the midfield, Langford knew how crucial it was for him to show that he can play in other areas.
I think round 1 against Geelong, I was able to go down forward and take a contest and mark, and I feel not as many other midfielders can do that. I think there's a couple of them, but being able to go forward and show my aerial marking and being able to hit the scoreboard, there's definitely really helped and sort of a point of difference.
The other consideration for Lockyer was the lengthy injury list. 8 players were unavailable for the first game, but through adversity comes opportunity. And so, in came a new group of players who would step up. Key forward Jack Whitlock, classy midfielder Taj Houghton, and the running defensive duo of Toby Travaglia and Jaden Ewan all joined the squad. And boy, did they deliver. Key forward Job Shanahan hit the scoreboard early. Harvey Langford was determined to show his talents as a forward, and he did exactly that. Adelaide father-son prospect Tyler Welsh had his moments too, but the 4 newcomers were awesome. Taj Houghton kicked 2 and really stepped up. Jack Whitlock looked promising as a forward, while Travaglia and Ewan added some much-needed run. As for Leo Lombard's moment, well, let's let him explain that.
Big fly across the back there. Lombard running onto it, picks it up now. Then he steadies and he puts it home.
Love the goal. I don't really try to take hangers, but I probably got about 2 inches off the ground. But it was good, that goal.
Brisbane father-son prospect Levi Ashcroft was awesome, showing off his defensive intent and offensive prowess. We talked about Doug Wade's grandson Luke Traynor having that aerial flair earlier. He was named the Academy's best player, with some strong marks and stellar kicking, but it was tricky Ricky Mentha who stole the show with some eye-popping moments.
Mentha! Just hit the top of the post, lowering the eyes. Here's Mentha. Mentha, Bunana! Yep. What a great goal!
Yeah, Leo got it. Yeah, and handball asked me, and I was like, I don't know what should I do. Should I roll with it or like just drop punt it? Well, I had to do something good, so I tried the banana, top of the post. And the goal, got it off Smith. I was going to handball with Christian, but I was like, just got to kick and go and just turn around this banana and go straight to the middle. It's good.
With the second game just a few weeks after the first, Coach Tarkin Lockyer began the final camp with an assessment of how the first game went. Players are used to studying clips and doing game reviews at their respective clubs, but this time, things will be a little different.
So in that, the first thing that we are going to do this morning, we're going to do just a slight bit of revision on the game. And in that, we're going to go and watch one clip. So of all the footage that's, I don't know what it looks like back in your Coast League regions or Sample or Waffle or wherever you come from. How many did you, Jake's, how many clips have you all seen reviewed?
7 or 8.
7 or 8. Yeah, any more or less? Anyone else? Another guy?
14.
14? Yeah, cool. Anyone more than 14? No? Clubhouse leader. I love it. But what we're going to do, we're going to watch it 4 times. So the first time, We're going to watch it in broadcast. The first two, we're going to watch in broadcast view. You're going to watch it. Then the second time, you're going to watch, remember last time we spoke about layers? You're going to watch the layers in the next bit. Then you're going to watch behind the goals, exact same clip. Then you're going to watch the shape of the ground. And then we're going to start to share with our teammates.
Lockyer wants to empower his players to take the game on and own the middle of the ground. In the first match, a lot of the shots the Marsh AFL Academy generated were from tight angles. That was due to what areas they try to move the ball through on the ground. Part of the purpose of watching the clip in 4 different ways is to study the layers of the team and see how they set up and move as a unit.
Funnily enough, if we play the game the way that we did, and everyone gets into this part of the ground, we end up kicking long down the line like heaps more, don't we? Yeah? So we kick long down the line and say the ball goes to that contest there, we're already like the wrong side of the ball. We own this part of the contest and we own here, but we certainly don't own that bit. Whereas, and so once we do that, and this is, we spoke to Grossi and a couple of others through our forwards, if we happen to win that contest, then we end up running forward into this space, don't we? So remember last game, where did we get all our shots from? Who had a shot from the pocket? Right, you had a couple of snaps from the pocket. You might have kicked over here at some stage. Grossi had one. Jags, you had one, I reckon? Yeah. We had like heaps of shots from the pocket because that's how we're running. So if you look back through the stats, our inside 50s were actually just about equal to the opposition, but the quality of our shots on goal were no good. Whereas, if we own the corridor a little bit more, because we're entering from there, so we're still going to kick long down the line, but if our mids are here, we're actually going to be attacking the contest from here. Our forward's going to be better spread, and if we run back towards goal, we're actually going to start marking the ball in really dangerous spots.
The squad for the second game would be drastically different to the first. These guys would all be back for the second game, but key defender Noah Mraz was on crutches. After Jack Whitlock got the call-up as a replacement player in Game 1, this time it would be his twin brother Matt. A bit like the Mackay and King brothers before them, the Whitlocks are both super tall and exciting to watch. AFL National Indigenous and Multicultural Academy members Ben Rongdit and Basil Hart also got the chance to be around the team. West Coast Next Generation Academy prospect Malachi Champion had a frustrating run at it, but he was over the moon to get his chance.
Yeah, I was born in Perth and I moved to Kalgoorlie, 600 kilometres east of Perth. Bush boy. Lived there for about 15 years with my mum and where my mum and dad were together. And then moved to Perth when I was 16, 15 to play under 16s there for Subiaco, and we were made a move up, and it was to play football, and it's going pretty well at the moment. The journey's been good. The first camp we had, I was sick again, so I wasn't able to train fully, and the second camp we just had a concussion, so I haven't been fully able to train with the boys. I'm just excited to go out there and represent not only Australia but all my family, all the Aboriginals, Indigenous, past and present. So I'm excited. Yeah, I'm so happy to chuck in the jumper and play alongside the best players in the country.
Despite the disappointment of missing the big games through injuries, the Marsh AFL Academy and the clubs do a fantastic job of bringing these players in to develop off the field.
So I didn't get to train with the doggy. I was at the doggies in Jan, but I didn't get to train because I was injured. So over the last holidays, I went in for a game day and a day in there. So it was pretty special.
Yeah, cool. What was that sort of like, the game day experience?
Game day was good. I was in the rooms before and after, see how they prep, and then watched the game from behind the goals with their recruiting staff, and then it was just pretty cool to meet some of the players and then see what it's like on a kind of rest recovery day in the club, and then getting themselves right for gather round.
Lawler actually had one of the best days of his life through one of these experiences. On grand final day in 2023, Sam played in the under-17 Futures game at the MCG in the morning, and in the Arvo, the young Collingwood fan got to enjoy the Bobby Hill masterclass.
Yeah, no, it was a good day. Met a lot of the boys who are in the academy now, so it set us up for here, and we got to play in the G, which is like once in a lifetime opportunity. So, and then got to watch the Pies win the flag, which is probably the best day of my life. So, no, it was so much fun.
Archer Day Wicks is a forward from the Bendigo Pioneers who missed the first game with a corked quad, But he's had some brilliant mentors to learn from along the way.
Yeah, Harley was really good to talk to, especially with the academy, like learning about what's going to be involved. And when I made it, like, he's really congratulative and whatever. I think the main person I probably picked brain was Harvey Gallagher, Rising Star a couple of weeks ago, so he's probably my mentor. So I think the main thing that Harvey would say is just work hard, and like if you do it, it's going to happen.
The team arrived at Whitten Oval to take on Footscray, the Western Bulldogs VFL team. Footscray boasts some seriously talented players, with Riley Sanders, Charlie Clark, Alex Keith, Lockie Smith and Caleb Poulter, just to name a few. The Academy boys even got a warm welcome from a young star.
Good luck today.
With the team revved up and ready to go, there was one final meeting with a special announcement. Key defender Harry O'Farrell pulled up sore from training the day before and was unable to play. But remember when we mentioned Basil Hart from the National Indigenous Academy? Well, just an hour before the game, he was presented with an Australian Guernsey.
Just bring your best, so hey, let's give it.
After being named best on in the first game, Luke Traynor picked up where he left off. The Dogs kicked away a little bit, but the defensive fight was there. Matt Whitlock and Sam Lawler showed their marking prowess.
Go down the line. Looks for Layla, and he takes a fine mark over the top.
Harvey Langford again impressed with his forward craft, but the Dogs started to get a run on. Traynor snagged one from way outside after receiving a 50-metre penalty. Then it was time for the midfielders to put on a show. Levi Ashcroft started this chain for a Lawler goal.
Wants to go over the top here to Welsh, who at a moment forward 50. He's going to play on with a booming ball inside. And out of the GWV Rebels is Layla, and the kick comes in. The umpire just watches that one sail over his head.
Then Jagger Smith set up Job Shanahan.
Snag a couple of goals together. The pirouette from Jagger Smith was absolutely superb. Chips it inside the 50. 40 out directly in front. Deliberate approach, kick on the way is right through the centre. Shanahan with a major.
Leo Lombard did the same for Tyler Welsh.
Tyler Welsh, 43 metres out, kick on the way. There's no doubt about it. He's put it through for his first.
Josh Smiley had the play of the day with this outrageous strength.
Back to Smiley, confronted. Did well with the fend off on Darms and a double fend off Clark.
There were some other great moments too. Finn O'Sullivan and Ben Camporelli showed their aerial work. Malachi Champion and Jagger Smith linked up for a lovely finish. Footscray ultimately ran out 55-point winners, but Levi Ashcroft won the medal as the Marsh AFL Academy's best player. With such an intriguing draft pool, these prospects have got their opening. This is the year of opportunity and taking your chance when it's given to you. We'll see who sees their moments come draft day.